How's it going, all you Vandals? This is Johnny Alpha wanting to welcome you back to Graphic Vandalism. And I am back with a brand new video. And this is going to be a special video. I'm going to take a look back at the past year, 2017. And I'm going to show you 10 books. 10 books that I think are some of the best and most exciting comics to come out this year. And this list will not be a countdown. And it's in no specific order. I have arranged the books in a way to show the sheer variety of the list and the comics on it. And with that, Vandals, let's just get into it. And first up, we have Rashomon, skillfully adapted and drawn by the one and only Victor Santos, and published by Dark Horse Comics. And Rashomon is a wonderfully dark crime noir thriller set in feudal era Japan that beautifully blends crime drama with fantasy and a bit of the supernatural. And the story for this one follows Commissioner Heigo Kobayashi as he tries to solve a very bizarre crime. And as it seems everyone involved tells a different story, even the ghost of the victim. And with Rashomon, Santos just does a stellar job of taking Ryunosuke Atutakawa's timeless tale of feudal era crime drama and he adapts it to a more contemporary noir style. And Santos' art in this book is just amazing. This is, in my opinion, his best art to date. And next up, we have a little bit of superpower fun with Secret Weapons, written by Eric Hessier, with wonderful moody art by the team of Raul Allen and Patricia Martin, and published by Valiant Comics. And Secret Weapons is a downright fun and innocent hero comic about a new team of powers coming together. And if you're like me and totally new to Valiant Comics, this is a perfect starting book as it does a near perfect job of letting you know all you need to know of what happened before, and it really sells you on what is to come in this universe. And this book is just a total blast, and I loved all the characters in it. The fights are mad fun, and even when this comic gets sappy and sentimental, it's really cute and meaningful. This comic was one of my biggest surprises of the year. Well, alright then. Next, let's take a look at The Old Guard, written by Greg Rucka with epic action-packed art by Leandro Fernandez and published by Image Comics. And The Old Guard tells the story of an elite tactical response team that is made up of immortals. They mostly take on mercenary gigs, but after their secret gets out, they discover that there is a new member to the ranks, and they must fight like their lives depend on it to try and keep their secret from becoming more known. And Greg Rucka writes the hell out of this book, and it reads like his comic Queen and Country mixed with the Highlander. And Fernandez's art just sings. It has this old school Vertigo comics look to it that just makes me so nostalgic for old school Vertigo. And now it's time to get dark and brutal with The Dregs, written by Zach Thompson and Lonnie Nadler, with somber and moving art by Eric Zawdowski, and published by Black Mask Studios. And The Dregs is just an eye-opening slap to the face about the homelessness situation, as it takes the crime noir style to its darkest, disturbing, and most tragic depths. And the story for this one follows Arnold, a homeless addict who loves Raymond Chandler books. When his friends and other homeless people start disappearing, Arnold hits the streets looking for leads. But what he uncovers is truly evil and tragic, almost as much as the rest of the world's apathy to the homeless people's plight. And I'm not going to lie, this book is not for gentle readers, but it is a truly amazing comic. Please give this book a look. Well, alright then, how about I lift us back up with some sci-fi excellence? Next is Gregory Suicide, written by Eric Grissom with superb art by Will Perkins, published by Dark Horse Comics. Now, I already did a whole video on this very amazing and awesome graphic novel, but this book really needs to be on this list as it really is just an epic classic sci-fi story that is done to near perfection. And this was really a style of book I had no idea how bad I was missing until I read it. Eric and Will very skillfully take cyberpunk slash biopunk fiction back to its roots and really show us why these stories still matter so much. On top of that, Eric and Will are two of the coolest creators you would ever hope to meet or know. Cool, cool. And next, let's take a look at Four Kids Walk Into a Bank, written by megastar on the rise Matthew Rosenberg, with classic and fun art by Tyler Boss, published by Black Mask Studios. Now, this is a comic that is pretty much on everyone's list, and there is a very good reason for that. This book is really just that darn good. The scope and the imagination that went into it, and the amazing pacing and tonal shifts from funny to dramatic, and the near perfect use of nostalgia make this comic the textbook definition of a masterpiece. And this comic really is just a triumph on every level. It has amazing emotional content, and it perfectly captures the fears and anxieties of growing up as a nerd. Honestly, if you have not read this book yet, what are you waiting for? Well, alright then. Next, let's take a peek at The Can Opener's Daughter, masterfully written and drawn by Rob Davis and published by Self Made Hero. And The Can Opener's Daughter is the amazing follow up to The Motherless Oven, which is one of my all time favorite graphic novels ever, and I covered it in my Self Made Hero video. Now, this book serves as both a sequel and as a prequel to The Motherless Oven, as it tells Vera Pike's story of how and why she comes to the Bear Park, and why she made friends with Scarper and Castro. It also chronicles what happens after the tragic events at the end of The Motherless Oven, and hints at a third book about Castro, and I am so very hyped for that. Now, I can really not recommend these books highly enough, as Rob Davis is just so very underrated, and I find that so very tragic because he is incredible. And next up, we have The Wildstorm, written by Warren Ellis with just amazing art by John Davis Hunt, and published by DC Comics. Now, in many ways, Ellis made his name at Wildstorm, and Ellis's work is what made Wildstorm as amazing of an imprint as it was. So, the fact he is rebooting it and giving it a new life really is a dream come true. Well, at least for an Ellis fanboy like myself. And so far, it has been nothing short of epic, as we are being introduced to this new version of the universe with some slightly updated fan favorite heroes and just some amazing action. I honestly love everything about this comic, and I cannot wait to see what it goes in the future. As new characters are showing up, it's almost like Wildstorm never left to begin with. Oh wow, we're almost at the end, but we're not there yet. Next up is Extremity, written and drawn by Daniel Warren Johnson and published by Image Comics. And Extremity brilliantly and beautifully blends sci-fi, dark fantasy, and survival horror, and takes us, the reader, on a journey through hopelessness and survival. But what I love best about this book is its depiction of the never-ending cycle that is revenge. As every character and each side of this conflict in this story believes they are in the right, and they are avenging some past sin or slight. That is what makes this story in this comic just so powerful. Johnson's writing, paired with his just amazing art style, make me see great things for the future of this series, and if it stays this good, it could be as big as Saga. And last but surely not least, we have Doom Patrol, written by Gerard Way with just fun and insane art by Nick Darrington, published by DC's Young Animal imprint. And I really have to say, this comic was the biggest and best surprise for me this year. When a new Doom Patrol book comes out, I always hope for the best, but I have to say, Way really wowed me with this book. I am just so thrilled to have the Doom Patrol back in full-on insanity mode. I also just love the new main character, Casey Brink, aka Space Case. She is totally my new favorite hero. And I also really love that Way somewhat leans on Morrison's run as inspiration and backstory, but he is bringing his own style of weird to the book. I never thought in a million years I'd be a Gerard Way fan, but damn, can that little emo boy write a damn fun, insane little comic. Well, there you have it, Vandals. 2017. What an odd and sometimes awful year. But we had so many amazing comics come out, and take it from me, a little escapism is for the best. And these 10 books I showed you are just the tip of the iceberg. And if I missed your favorite book of 2017, please let me know in the comments down below, because I love recommendations and I will check it out. And if I like it, I will put it in a video. But for now, and till next time, this is Johnny Alpha from Graphic Vandalism saying don't stop reading.